Ahoy hoy, Illegal Cross here. Let's farm Thanatos Tower. I will go over a few things to start. If you want to get right into the specific floors, you can skip ahead in the video timeline. As well, if you just want the final verdict, you can jump to the end, though you may miss a few pieces of information. To access floor 7 and above of Thanatos Tower, you need to finish the entry quest first. You can check my past video on the quest guide. After completing the entry quest, you unlock an item trade NPC. Basically, they let you trade in certain items from Thanatos monsters for 1000 Zeny each. These items are Blue Feather, Red Feather, Cursed Seal, and Golden Ornament. You should trade in all of these except for Golden Ornament because with Overcharge, you actually make more Zeny just selling it to the tool dealer instead. This NPC is on the first floor of Thanatos Tower by the reception desk. Before we get into the floors, I should go over my system for monsters' Zeny value. The base Zeny value takes into consideration their items, their drop rate, and their NPC Zeny value. Along with that, it excludes items that weigh too much for the Zeny they return. It also works with bubblegum rates, and all NPC sold items automatically have the overcharge skill applied to their value for extra Zeny. After that, we apply the amount of that monster on the map to its Zeny value to find the map's average Zeny per monster killed. Into the actual information now. First off, everything from floor 9 to floor 12 are considered mini bosses except for the plasma. That means for a budget build, we can use 2 Abysmal Night cards for damage. Since a lot of mobs repeat, we'll go over all of those first, then we can take a look at each individual floor. Any floor-specific mobs will be covered on those floors. Lady Solace are holy property angel monsters with 24.7k HP. Their important drops are Blue Feather, Cursed Seal, Stone of Sage, Harp, Crimson Violin, and Garnet. Their average Zeny per kill is 6,684. Mistress of Shelter are holy property angel monsters with 27k HP. Their important drops are Red Feather, Cursed Seal, Stone of Sage, Skull, and Pearl. Their average Zeny per kill is 3,859. Dame of Sentinel are neutral property angel monsters with 34.5k HP. Their important drops are Blue Feather, Stone of Sage, Cursed Seal, Topaz, and Golden Ornament. Their average Zeny per kill is 5,349. Baroness of Retribution are dark property angel monsters with 22.1k HP. Their important drops are Red Feather, Crimson Two-Handed Sword, Stone of Sage, Ruby, and Cursed Seal. Their average Zeny per kill is 5,883. Now, let's start on floor 9. The monsters on floor 9 are 4 Dolor of Thanatos, 5 Mistress of Shelter, 5 Dame of Sentinel, 5 Baroness of Retribution, 20 Lady Solace, and 5 Fire Plasma. Dolor of Thanatos are ghost property undead monsters with 45k HP. Their important drops are 2 Carat Diamond, 3 Carat Diamond, Fragment of Agony, Old Card Album, and Goibni's Helm. Their average Zeny per kill is 16,618, assuming Old Card Album is sold on the market for 200,000 Zeny. This number is a very high average, but the downside to it is there's only one on the map. If you have been to floor 9 though, you may be thinking, but I've seen multiple on that floor before. That's because there were 3 of a different version of this mob on the same map, except they do not drop Old Card Album, Fragment of Agony, or Goibni's Helm. These other versions have an average Zeny per kill of 5,385. Fire Plasma are fire property formless monsters with 16.7k HP. Their important drops are 2 Carat Diamond, Gift Box, and Red Gemstone, I guess. Their average Zeny per kill is a whopping 71. For a quick comparison, Pourings have an average Zeny per kill of 65. So yeah, Fire Plasma are around the same value as a Pouring. Now we can look at each monster's average Zeny per kill on this map. This shows us that Dolor of Thanatos, the single version, as well as Lady Solace and Baroness of Retribution are the best mobs to kill, and that Fire Plasmas suck. If we average out the entire map, Taking the mob count into consideration, the average Zeny per monster on this map is 5,505. After removing the garbage plasma monsters though, we get 6,202 as the average Zeny per monster. For this reason, we will ignore plasma monsters and only accidentally kill them when they join large mobs. Here are the averages with bubblegum as well. 10,837 with 75% bubblegum, 11,987 with 100% bubblegum, 16,193 with 200% bubblegum. This tells us that if we have an event bubblegum active, the 75% one, on average a single monster on this map will give us 10,837 Zeny. There is a problem skill on this floor, that being decrease agility casted by the Dolor of Thanatos monsters. This hurts your efficiency and slows you down. Now there isn't many ways around this. The first is Guyak Pudding, which is kind of expensive and is usually bought with Nova points from the cash shop. Another option is use a mechanic in a Mato suit, since they are not affected by movement speed alterations. The last option is deal with it. Just recast your movement skill, like Cart Boost, to get rid of the effect, then cast it again to get your movement speed increased back again. To finish off this floor, here is the NPC Zeny for a 10-minute run on floor 9 with no gum. We will compare the average Zeny per map at the end of the video for each floor to see where the most efficient farming spot is. Also from here on out, there will be less explaining of math as we've already done a lot of it with the floor 9 overlook. On to floor 10. The monsters on floor 10 are 5 Lady Solace, 20 Baroness of Retribution, 5 Sentinel, 5 Mistress of Shelter, 4 Marrow of Thanatos, and 5 Water Plasma. Marrow of Thanatos are ghost property undead monsters with 42.6k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond, 3 carat diamond, Fragment of Misery, Old Card Album, and Goibni's Armor. Their average Zeny per kill is 7,318. We are excluding Goibni's Armor from Marrow's drops because it weighs too much for the Zeny it gives. This is also the exact same case as Dolor of Thanatos. There was one of the mob that drops Old Card Album, Fragment of Misery, and Goibni's Armor, and 3 of the version that do not. The version with 3 of them has an average Zeny of 5,385. Water Plasma are water property, formless monsters with 24.6k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond and gift box. Their average Zeny per kill is 68. If you don't get the theme yet, plasmas are actually a trash mob. This floor you will fill up on Crimson Swords pretty quickly, since Baroness of Retribution are the main monster on this floor. This means you will reach max weight limit rather quickly compared to other floors, since Crimson Swords weigh 170 each. Floor 10 has an average Zeny per monster of 5,656. Here are the averages with the various bubblegums as well. 9,880 with 75% gum, 10,941 with 100% bubblegum, and 14,840 with 200% bubblegum. Finally, I will show off the Zeny from a 10-minute run on floor 10 with no bubblegum. Next up is floor 11. The monsters on floor 11 are 20 Mistress of Shelter, 5 Baroness of Retribution, 5 Sentinel, 5 Lady Solace, 4 Despero of Thanatos, and 5 Earth Plasma. Despero of Thanatos are ghost property undead monsters with 41.1k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond, 3 carat diamond, Fragment of Despair, Old Card Album, and Goibni's Greaves. Their average Zeny per kill is 15,718. Once again, there's only one of this mob and 3 of another version. The other version has an average Zeny per kill of 5,385. Earth Plasma are Earth property formless monsters with 24.9k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond and gift box. Their average Zeny per kill is 51. So sad. The Despero of Thanatos on this floor cast Provoke on you, which is not a big deal and doesn't hinder your farming, just something to note when you sometimes take or deal increased damage. The average Zeny per monster on floor 11 is 5,093. Here are the averages with the various bubblegums as well. 8,895 with 75% bubblegum, 9,743 with 100% bubblegum, and 12,715 with 200% bubblegum. Here is a NPC cell from a 10-minute run without gum. And for the final area, floor 12. The monsters on floor 12 are 5 Lady Solace, 5 Mistress of Shelter, 5 Baroness of Retribution, 13 Dame Sentinel, 4 Odium of Thanatos, and 5 Ghost Plasma. Odium of Thanatos are ghost property undead monsters with 40.2k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond and 3 carat diamond. Their average Zeny per kill is 5,385. This is the first ghost monster that has 4 copies of the same monster. So there isn't 2 different versions on this floor, meaning none of them drop old card album, Goibni's equipment, or fragments. Ghost Plasma are ghost property formless monsters with 20.6k HP. Their important drops are 2 carat diamond, gift box, gold, and light granule. Their average Zeny per kill is 341. Ghost Plasma still sucks like the others do, but you have the very low chance of at least getting gold sometimes, which makes it slightly better. Still, do not focus on Ghost Plasma, it's best to ignore them. Besides being the furthest floor travel-wise, Odium of Thanatos cast a binding skill that holds you in place, and they're ranged monsters. So if you're a class without movement skills like backslide or charge attack, you will have a little trouble unless you're using range skills to kill the Odium and break free. The average Zeny per monster on floor 12 is 4,441. Here are the averages with various bubblegums as well. 7,772 with 75% bubblegum, 8,602 with 100% bubblegum, 11,643 with 200% bubblegum. Here's an example of a 10-minute run without gum on floor 12. Now that we have covered all of the floors and monsters, we can compare each map's average Zeny per monster. Instead of saying each number, since that will be really boring to listen to, I'll just state each floor instead. Here are floor 9's average Zeny per monster. Here are floor 10's. Here are floor 11's. And finally, floor 12's. From this, we can see that floor 9 is the best floor to farm on. Floor 10 is second, floor 11 is third, and floor 12 is fourth. But do keep in mind that these numbers do not consider item weight limits, annoying skills casted on you, or the time it takes to reach said dungeon or area. Now that we know floor 9 is the best, it is going to be overcrowded for a while, and I bet even floor 10 and 11 will be as well. This is a warning, since this video will help it be more aware that Thanatos Tower is a proper farming spot. Anyways, I hope all the numbers weren't too confusing or boring, and you at least understood the end comparison. I plan to use this system for future dungeons and farming videos, so if there's something you think could be done more clearly, comment it on the video, and as always, please subscribe to my channel, share this video with friends, and I'll see you in the next video.